You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's RPM here, reporting from Mobile Command. Just got off the grind. Had a lot of things swirling around in the old brain. So, yeah, I want to talk about these things before I lose them. Now, I was thinking about a lot of things as we see how society is changing right before our eyes, with the red pill definitely going more mainstream. And now the morphing of the red pill into the crimson capsule. See, that right there shows you the adaptability of men in the face of censorship. Oh yeah. See, we men are definitely a real pesky bunch. We are. We adapt to situations on the fly if need be. See, that's what separates us from women. Women do not have that ability to adapt as quickly as we do. We adapt as individuals, and we can adapt as a collective. But one thing that I was really thinking about in regards to all of this, prohibition. Yeah, prohibition. Basically, when the nation decided that they were going to enact a nationwide ban on the sale of alcohol. And what did it give rise to? It gave rise to gangsters and speakeasies. For those of you who don't know, speakeasies were underground, illegal drinking clubs. Now, you can go into the reasons as to why prohibition kicked off, but in the end, alcohol is still one of the most lucrative businesses out there. Damn near everybody buys alcohol. So that prohibition was a massive failure, especially when the government realized that it could make more money off the sale of alcohol via taxes and all that, just like marijuana. Oh, Mary Jane. Yeah. See, the truth came out behind that also. But we all know the history as to why marijuana was outlawed and banned and made illegal. Hemp. Hemp threatened to destroy a certain businessman's business. So, of course, they had to use the myth of marijuana being used as a drug by black people to make us violent and therefore want to go and take white women. Blah, 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 blah. You can read the history on that. But still, even after all this time, marijuana has become legal. Now, what do those two scenarios have to do with what I was thinking about insofar as prohibition? Well, let's look at the truth. See, the truth is constantly under attack. Us red pillars, us guys who have been through the crucibles of society, the trials by fire, who are saying, yes, these are our experiences from society as a whole. And society, it does include women. does include politics. So yeah. And we're just saying these are our experiences, but more men are starting to say, you know what? I'm seeing this too, or I have been seeing this, but I was always afraid that I was the only one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, more and more men are realizing that they were not crazy as society wanted them to believe. Oh, you're thinking like this. You must be crazy. You must be a conspiracy theorist. Now, we talk about, the Matrix and, its bringing of the red pill. However, I want to talk about another red pill movie, believe it or not. It was a movie by Christian Bale called Equilibrium. Yeah, that was another red pill movie. Why? Because society was rendered emotionless by way of drugs. Oh, yeah. See what happened when Christian Bale's character missed taking his drugs? He woke up. He woke up. He started to feel. All because he missed his drugs and a puppy. Ironically, his own children knew when he woke up because they had woke up. So what happened? You guys can see the rest of that movie. If you look at it through a red pill lens, it becomes that much better. But what's happening? The internet has been used to keep men in a constant state of stupor. However, now more and more men are waking up, and more men are actually able to speak about their experiences. Now, Twitch bans the word simp. Now, before we go into why they banned the word simp, I'm going to throw in a shameless waifu plug. For all of my gamer geeks out there, if you truly desire the perfect gamer girl, get a waifu. Yeah. Get yourself a waifu. That way you can build your perfect gamer or cosplay girl. Yeah. There is no shame in that. Why? Because you don't need to let anybody know that you have it. Oh, yeah. Now, with that being said, we know why Twitch really banned the word simp. They want to dress it up to say, oh, it's to protect the young men from, harassment and all that stuff. No. It's to protect their own pockets. Why? Because they still need young men, young gamers who are getting their first, boost of testosterone. They're horny, they're young, they have not seen society as a whole. They don't know female nature like that. They still need those young men to donate, in air quotes, to the titty streamers. Yeah. They have to have that titty streamer money come in because they get a cut. This is all about protecting their pockets. Nothing more, nothing less. However, all that money that you guys are donating to these women who you will never, ever get the chance to meet, you can save that money and build your perfect gamer girl. Oh yeah. See, all of these Twitch thoughts are simply peddling the possibility of intimacy. It's never going to happen. See, this is why young boys are waking up and calling each other simps, because they know, listen, you're donating this money to her for what? You're not going to get a return on your investment. She's never going to see you. Oh, she'll send you a personal message as a digital pat on the head to keep you wanting to come back for more. Now, that way of doing business sounds just like what? A drug dealer. Give you a little bit of attention just to get you hooked. And then less and less personalized messages to get you to shell out more and more money in hopes to get that attention from her. No. Save your money, gents. Ironically, when you look at the Twitch thoughts, the OnlyFans girls, what do you also see, or should I say notice, insofar as them and the drug dealer? None of those people have a retirement plan. Oh yeah. See, these women that sell themselves online, what happens when that wall hits? They lose it all. Then they want a regular average man who they wouldn't piss on to put out if he was on fire to come in and save them from their bad decisions. Oh no. See, more and more men are waking up to the truth, which is why they're doing everything in their everything that they can to censor, to suppress, to outright ban anything that's going to wake up more men. Oh, the irony. We live in a world that does everything in its power to mentally beat down men, yet at the same time come to us with hat in hand saying, we need your help. But more and more men are waking up. They're realizing that they are not alone in how they've been thinking, that they're not crazy, that they're not isolated, and they're starting to move. And it's wonderful. I'm so glad to be just a small brick in that wall that's pushing men forward. Or should I say, that's keeping men from coming to this plantation. I'm so glad to be just a small brick in that gigantic wall. But, as I said before, more and more men have realized that they're not alone, that they're not isolated. See, that was something else that society had to do. Guys like us, red pillars like us, or, as I'm going to dub, crimson pillars, because we know that the red pill is being censored in every way, shape, or form, as I previously mentioned. So we're crimson pillars now. We're giving the truth. But the one thing that society as a whole and women as the enabler of society to control men. They've never said that we were lying. They never said that. See, the fact that they have to go through all of this censorship and saying, well, you guys can't say these things. You shouldn't talk like that. Okay, where did we lie? Well, we feel that's the end of the argument. That's the end. That's it. Done. Your argument is no longer valid when you cannot produce stronger facts to counteract our facts, our experiences. But yeah, things are going to be a whole lot more interesting. It is. Why? Because, as you can see from the overall title to this video, free will can never be censored. It can't. Now, sometimes I've been asked, what is the answer to, the meaning of life? It's a question that everybody ponders, but in my simple mind, the meaning of life revolves around one simple word: choice. See, there are 4 choices that you as an individual have no control over. If you're born, your gender, your ethnicity, and when you die. You have no control over those. Now, everything else other than that, you make a conscious choice. You do. Now, if you want to be a blue pillar, guess what? That's your conscious choice. But see, people want to be able to make the choice and try to control the outcome of said choice. Just like society has programmed women to believe that they can control the choices that they make with men and the outcome of said choices that they make with us. No. Just look at the dating sites. All those women have made so many horrible choices, but yet they want to sit back and say that the regular man should be able to come in and fulfill her overly inflated standards to get a chance to be with her. Yeah, no. No. See, more and more men are waking up and realizing that these women are nowhere near worthy of them. The only thing that they should be is a hit it and quit it. And guess what? If she's not coming with that, keep it pushing. Oh, yeah. You see, society, your slaves don't even need to revolt. We just need to not be there. I might still be on the plantation, but I've disengaged as much as I can, particularly from the relationship part of the plantation. And that's where more men have begun to realize that is the biggest part of the plantation, the relationship aspect. Yeah, this is why more and more men are running off the plantation like there's no tomorrow. And guess what? Big Daddy Government, the plantation master, he really can't do anything about it. The women are still crying, where have all the good men gone? But guess what? They had their chance. So, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, understand, ladies, men also have the free will to exercise our options. And one of the biggest options that we have is to simply walk away. And with more and more men waking up and trying to get their other compadres to go with them, we may not get all men, to take the red pill or the crimson capsule. But guess what? Enough men are waking up to where they're actually having the conversations that we men need to have. Oh, and speaking of conversations that we men need to have, we must get on code. I've said this in numerous videos in the past, but it's time for me to say this one more time. This is no longer a black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Arabic man problem. This is all of us in this world being subjected to the same gynocracy. We need to get together and say, you know what? Damn the racism. If you're a racist going into 2021, kill yourself. Kill yourself. If you're a white supremacist or a pro-black, kill yourself. Or take your people and go over there. Go over there. Go somewhere else. Ironic, isn't it? All these people sit back and want to place blame on everybody else and not look at themselves and not say, okay, you know what? You're a racist. I'm a racist. Why don't we go build ourselves our own little community over here? That's something that, honestly, I believe the vast majority of us Crimson Pillars would love to do. Just go off, build our own community and say, hey, you ladies, you guys can stay over there, okay? But we all know what happens when men decide to build their own thing. Women will inevitably come over and try to infiltrate. At that point, we have to stand firm and say, you know what? No. Well, Big Daddy government, go, we doing the be over there with them. No. Private property, gentlemen. There's nothing saying that you cannot buy your own personal private property and say, these people aren't allowed. It's your property. You can do what you want to with it. Just saying. There was a old red pillar. I believe his name was Universal Studios 13, but I think he was out of Australia. But he had the concept of the houses of M, which were essentially houses that they bought that were exclusively for men. And since it was private property, they could control who came and who was allowed and who was not allowed. Just a thought, gentlemen. Just a thought. But I think I've gone on long enough with this rant/ramble. But all in all, free will is something that can never be taken from an individual. No matter how they decide to exercise that free will, they still have the right to exercise it. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think. And ladies and society, the power is still metaphorically out. Feminism and all of the unholy things that it has wrought upon men is eventually going to go out right along with it. Why? Because more men are waking up and they're simply abandoning ship. Yeah, this ship called society, there's so many holes in the hull, it's sinking, and they just don't realize it. But us Crimson Pillars, we're doing everything to get those lifeboats, or we're going to build our own lifeboat. But we're getting out of Dodge. It is what it is. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM, I am